WOWT6. This is Heartland.
Good morning. Welcome to Heartland Focus. I'm Tim Clark, your host. My guest today is my man Lionel Wilson. Welcome to Heartland Focus, man.
How you doing, Tim?
I'm good. This is good, man. I tell you, I love when I have guests come on the show really to talk about just one of my number one passion, and that's arts, culture, and entertainment. And so you represent an organization called Live Entertainment. And so tell us a bit about, just so some of our viewers can kind of just, Lionel Wilson, what you've been doing. And then we're going to talk about, you're here to talk about, one of the things we do share on this show, events taking place in the Heartland. So you got to, we'll tease them a little bit. You got a major event coming up in June. Actually, June
18th, yeah.
And it's going to be in the Heartland. It's going to be in Sarpy County. But let's just let's get to know you a little bit first, and then we'll jump into the event.
Okay.
So you've been doing this entertainment, concerts. I got a little bit of experience in doing promoting and stuff like that, but you've been doing this way longer than I. So give some folks a little bit of high level kind of Lionel.
Well, I've been involved in entertainment since roughly '97, with buying and selling talent, marketing talent, and producing events and festivals and things like that.
Some major festivals.
Yeah, we've had a couple of major events under our belt over the past several years. We've done several festivals here in the Heartland that have been successful and done really well.
Yeah.
And so we're bringing a new festival in this summer, which is called the River City Music Festival.
And before we get to that, because we're going to spend some time on that, but what's some of the artists? Because we got a lot of folks out there maybe watching this. We're going to talk a little bit about, too, it's not as hard as people think in terms of just, they see a concert, they see the end resolve of the work of putting together a show. Talk a little bit about some of the mechanics that go into your thought process, because I'm intrigued by even how you do your research and arriving at who you should bring. So kind of talk a little bit about the mechanics of that.
Well,
just being a promoter and all that stuff.
There's a lot that happens with shows and productions behind the scenes that the general public doesn't get to see. The sausage making per se that's happening back behind the curtain there. There's a lot of processes in building a show, from researching talent to finding the right companies to market the talent, who your audience is, and those types of things.
What goes into, what's the ideal talent? Do they have, I know there's a price range kind of thing, but when you're looking at talent, what is that process where you finally arrive at, hey, I'm going to bring Kim, or I'm going to bring in Floetry? How do you arrive at that?
Well, you kind of got to keep your ear to the ground and kind of get a sense of what the community's interested in and what they really want to see.
Okay.
So you've got to talk to a lot of people in the community and do research. There's industry publications and different things that promoters use to determine what's the best act for the market.
Yeah. So I really wanted you to lay this out, Lionel, because there's so many people out there that think they can just wake up in the morning, hey, I want to bring somebody in, and they end up losing just thousands of dollars. And so I really, for the viewers out there, they need to hire a consultant or somebody to help them through that. It's a process.
Yeah, it's quite an undertaking. If you hadn't been involved in entertainment and just know the inner workings of how things go, you're dealing with agents, you're dealing with managers, you're dealing with a whole array of folks.
And your negotiation skills.
You really have to be a good negotiator. You got to be thick-skinned too.
Yeah.
There's egos out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's
And so thick skin you're talking in terms of, so like you run up against an artist that just a prima donna. They want A, B, and C, and they want the world, and they want to keep driving up your budget.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it that the public doesn't see. There's things called a rider,
Okay.
which are requirements by the act to have in their dressing rooms and things that they need to be able to produce the show and give you a quality performance.
Okay.
And so a lot of times you have to follow that to a T.
Yeah.
One of crazy thing in a rider, Snoop Dogg, he says, if you want a quality performance, you have to have a PlayStation in my dressing room.
Wow.
Ready to go.
Snoop Dogg. I thought you were going to say the other. You have to have some earthly matter in his dressing room.
He doesn't quite put that in the rider, but
you can't let everybody know that. I think that's off the record.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff there. But I tell you, when you think about, because you've done stuff, your company, you guys do stuff in the Midwest primarily.
Yeah, we focus a lot in the Midwest.
Yeah.
We do a lot of shows between St. Louis, Kansas City, Denver. We play a few shows in the Omaha area each year. And we're trying to grow our presence in the Omaha market.
Yeah.
And so, we're happy to be here.
Now, in terms of just, when you think of Omaha and the greater Omaha area, the Heartland, we call it, Sarpy County, Douglas County, this whole area, I'm amazed about all the things that the option that people have for this size. Your thoughts? I mean, I think we're doing the dang thing. There's some nice energy going on.
Omaha is a nice emerging market. There are a lot of things coming into the city. It's growing, and the entertainment gets better each year that I've been here.
Yeah. And the facilities like the Holland Performing Arts
Center, Holland Center,
Century Links.
You've got the new Baxter Arena, Ralston Arena. There are quite a few facilities in the area now. So
So I and sometimes looking, you're like, well, where's everybody getting all this dispendable income? Because these shows, I mean, you got a lot of shows, so it must be drawing on maybe a I don't know, maybe a 50-mile radius, or it's like folks are coming in.
Yeah. Years past, Omaha didn't have as many facilities as they do now, and a lot of people, prior to the CenturyLink, they would have to commute to St. Louis, Denver, Kansas City.
That's right. They do a lot of
to see those
City
shows, and now you have facilities to where those shows can play this market. So you're getting a lot of folks coming out of Sioux Falls and different places commuting into Omaha for concerts and things.
Yeah. So, okay, all right, we've prolonged it long enough, man. Let's let them. Okay, so we got about a minute. So what we're going to do, we'll tease them a little bit. We'll get them into it, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll give them all the details. So just give them the name of the festival, and then when we come back, we'll talk about your motivation around it, so they can maybe look it up if they're up in the morning. I know it's early in the morning, Sunday morning, but somebody may want to look it up on their phone. So what's the name of the festival?
The River City Music Festival.
So the River City Music. So the River City kind of implies that there's going to be some water somewhere. Okay. And so okay, we have it up on the screen there. I tell you, how did you get George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic? What's up with that?
Well,
it looks like there's going to be some funk up in there.
I'm a funketeer. I'm a big funk fan. We actually had the pleasure of bringing Bootsy Collins to the city.
Oh, that's right.
Several years back. And just forming a friendship with Bootsy and his camp, the next step was, hey, let's see if we can get George to come to town. And hang out with us.
No. So George Clinton, and now there's some other artists that we'll talk about. Some of the artists on there as well. But we're going to take a break, and then let's talk about some of the other artists on there, and then kind of the what, when, and motivation behind this, and why this is such a pretty unique festival for this region. Okay.
All right.
We're going to come when we come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about my man George Clinton and the Funkadelic. They're going to be heading up this River City Music Festival on June 18th, right here in Sarpy County. So stay with me, and we'll be right back.